What's going on, everybody? My name is Devon and welcome to my first YouTube video. I paused because I am not good at talking to cameras. So hopefully you guys don't beat me up too bad. Anyway, I run a little cheesecake company called Nikki's Cheesecake, and I make cheesecake for people who don't necessarily like cheesecake, which is weird to say out loud and makes me question this whole side hustle in the first place. But I think once you actually taste the results, you'll understand why I do what I do. Anyway, we got a really good one for you today. It's an apple crumble cheesecake. It's a combination between New York's favorite crumb cake and New York's favorite cheesecake. I don't know which one really wins the favorite competition, so I just said, F it, let's just combine them and make one, right? And then add a little bit of apple in there to switch it all up. The people that we sell them to love it. I love it. So who am I to keep it from y'all? Let me bless y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get in that kitchen and make this together. So pop a bottle, do whatever you got to do to get comfortable, and let's get after it, all right? Let's go. So we're dealing with an apple crumble cheesecake here. So we're gonna need 2 apples to be specific and Granny Smith apples to be specificer. We're gonna wanna slice them down into thinnish kind of slices and then throw them on the fire to start reducing, or whatever the word the cooking industry uses. What my folks usually say is just, we're gonna cook that dong. All right, I'm half Jamaican, so you know how we do. Now while that's in there simmering, cooking, and doing its thing, you're gonna wanna add 1/3 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. When that cooks a little bit, you gotta also add 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla to really let that flavor pop. Let that cook for a few more minutes. Don't let it dry out though. And once it's done, just put it to the side and let it chill, because you're gonna do some stuff with it later on. And now we're gonna deal with the dome piece of the cake, right? The noggin, the hairline, whatever you wanna call it, but we're doing topping right now. In order to do that, you're gonna need to get your dry ingredients together first. That consists of 1.5 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Don't add too much, please, because then if it tastes bad, you're gonna be mad at me. The fuck is that? 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and that's all your dry ingredients. You're gonna mix that up thoroughly, because when you add your wet ingredients, you want to make sure you don't have any concentrated parts of like salt or cinnamon or nutmeg anywhere. Now once that's mixed up thoroughly, you're gonna want to add in 1/2 cup of butter, which is really just a stick, and then also add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix that up so that there are a couple thick pieces in there, a couple small pieces. I like to keep my cheesecake guessing. Now once that's done, set that to the side, and now we can start working on the cheesecake part. This is honestly one of the easier parts of the cheesecake, but people are afraid of it. The crust and the main part of the cheesecake. We'll start with the crust. You get just 1 pack of honey Maid graham crackers, blend that down, and then add 4 tablespoons of butter to it so that it can hold when you put it in the oven. Once that's blended and mixed well, you're gonna put that in the oven for 8 minutes. Now once that's in the oven, you're gonna wanna start working on your cheesecake batter. You're gonna need cream cheese, sugar, flour, lime, vanilla, and some eggs. Now the key to this is making sure that your cream cheese is room temperature, because you don't want to have like hard, clumpy, mixed cream cheese in there. That's a recipe for disaster. The fuck is that? You're gonna make sure that you put them in the mixer, throw in some flour, and you're gonna throw in your sugar, because you want to mix your dry ingredients first. Get that mixed to a nice little consistency, and then start adding your wet ingredients. So it's gonna be your lime, your vanilla, and your eggs. Let that mix on like a medium-high setting, and you're gonna just let that get to a nice consistency. After that, you're ready to put that on top of your crust once it's out of the oven. Okay, now that your crust is done, you can put the batter on top of the crust. And don't forget about the apples you had, right? You're gonna put their batter in there, but leave some room to put some apple in the middle layer. Put the apple in the middle layer, and then after that, put a little bit more cream cheese on top to cover the apple. Now after that's all covered, now you're gonna let the head top do its thing. What you're seeing here are 3 little cheesecakes, but what I'm giving you guys is the amounts you need for an entire cheesecake. I like to split them up because I want to give these out to my friends and family after this. Anyway, after that's all put on top, you're gonna put your topping on, put that in the oven for about 45 minutes. Make sure you're looking at it and it's not, getting too dry or anything like that. And after the 45, you should be good. Turn off the oven, open the oven a little bit, and let it cool off. After it's about room temperature, put it in the fridge. Let that sit in there for 6 hours, and then the next day you'll be done. You'll have this. Shout out to you if you are still here watching somebody's first YouTube video. That's a massive accomplishment in 2025. And a massive accomplishment for me in 2025 would be if you liked or subscribed this, if you enjoyed the cake. Shoot, even if you hated the cake, throw me a like and subscribe, because I'm only going to get better at this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hit me up. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you had trouble baking the cake. Let me know if I need to be clearer on things. I really want to just hear people's feedback, to be honest, because this is my first time doing this. So again, thank you for being here for my first video, and hopefully you guys are here for the next. Until next time.